Eggnog. It's good. Spiked, of course, if you know us.
That's good. You gotta do it right. You don't know what time it is.
And hold on, this time we use vanilla eggnog. I'm sorry, almond milk eggnog, so pretty tasty. Do you know what time it is?
I don't know if they know.
It's Star Wars time.
It's Star Wars time, you guys.
And my Ariel shirt.
And her Ariel shirt and my galaxy shirt.
Yeah, it looks like a galaxy.
It looks like stars in the sky. Let's talk about Star Wars. Alright, so this first part, of course, just like the other movie reviews, we're gonna do spoiler-free first, and then we're gonna pretty much tell you a lot of the movie for the next part. So it does get a little long. I am a long-winded man. So we're gonna talk about it. Tell us how you guys feel as we are talking about it down in the comments down below, so we can have that dialogue together. So me and you can talk, or we can talk to you and you can talk to us, and we can really laugh and have a good time talking about Star Wars. Man, this one gave me the feels all over the place. I was getting chills like every other scene, man.
Really?
Oh man, some of the scenes, man, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's start it off spoiler-free, real nice. What do we got going on here? What are we seeing? What are we looking at?
We are seeing, if you guys saw the last movie, Rey is meeting Luke Skywalker for the first time. She has found him because he has been in hiding.
What a tough find he was.
Wow.
I don't want to get into too many specifics on what the last movie discussed as far as how Luke had done things in order to go into hiding. Because if I remember correctly, from the last movie, from The Force Awakens, it was almost as if he wanted a certain people to find him. It was almost like he was sending them on a scavenger hunt to eventually find him. But it was very important that the right people found him and not the wrong people finding him.
Yes.
But it felt like it was very much him wanting to be found eventually. Like, it was almost like, you know, how Captain America, you know, or for video game guys out there, how Master Chief was like, you know, unthaw player when you need me. I'll be there when you need me. I got some feels, man. If you're looking for The Empire Strikes Back, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
Like, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you're gonna get some Empire Strikes Back. I got a very, like, strong, like, feeling of Empire Strikes Back in some scene.
As a person who hasn't seen the first 6 movies, I've just seen the last 3. Well, including this one, the last 3.
Wait, have you seen the prequels?
I said the first 6 movies that came out between like 1970 and 1990.
So she's seen Force Awakens, Star Wars Rogue One, and now, what was this one called?
The Last Jedi.
Oh man, so sorry.
So I have a pretty base knowledge of everything that's happened in the previous movies.
She has played quite a few Star Wars games. She did play The Old Republic.
I did.
And Knights of the Old Republic. So both the single player one and the MMO. You know, a little bit about lightsabers and the Force, but she doesn't know about the midichlorians. No. She doesn't know about the Ewoks.
Is that the...
Those are... Oh
Chewie.
Gosh. Yes, Chewie.
They're Chewies.
Chewbacca's. But they're called something else, and now I can't remember. I'm a failure at Star Wars.
Chewbacca's.
They're not Chewbacca's.
So I've seen the last 3 movies, and having a general knowledge of like what's going on. Like, I know I am your father, right?
I am your father.
So
it's more. It's James Earl Jones, girl. It's Mufasa.
So I didn't get the same feels that you did because, you know, I don't have all of that history. But I do see, I don't know, like history's repeating itself almost.
History is repeating itself, but with twists.
Yes.
Tell us if you liked the movie. Coming in from a newcomer who hasn't seen the rest of the movies, who doesn't have a whole bunch of, you know, fangirl already like built up for the movie. How do you feel?
I liked it. I would say out of the last three, I feel like this one, oh man, it felt really long, to be honest. Like around the middle area, I fell asleep twice for like 30 seconds. You didn't notice?
This girl can't do dialogue, man. If anybody has to do any kind of talking at any point, she's out.
Or too much action can put me to sleep too.
There was some too much action?
No. I didn't fall asleep during the action part.
She fell asleep during the parts where people were talking. The most important parts,
Yeah.
you know, the parts where they're telling each other what they're about to go do,
Yeah.
why they're doing it,
Exactly.
and who all needs to go.
So I missed about a minute to a minute and a half of dialogue, but I was not lost.
How did you feel about the new characters? There's some new characters that popped up that weren't in any other cinematic universe. So you've got like the little ice hounds.
Oh, okay.
And the little porg things.
Those are cute.
Those little
Yeah.
things, and then the little people on the island where Luke is.
Those characters definitely added some humor and a little bit of lightheartedness to the movie, so that was good. But it could have gone either way without them. They didn't make the story for sure. But most of the characters we had seen in the previous film.
I really enjoyed it, you guys. I got my lightsaber battles like I wanted. One in particular lightsaber battle that I'm going to talk about in the spoiler section that I was really looking forward to once it got started, and there really wasn't a payoff like what I was hoping for. The space battles were good. Space battles were cool. I felt like we didn't really get to see a lot of planets. Like usually, like in The Force Awakens, man, they were planet hopping all over the place.
Yes, you saw so many. You saw a lot of like the older characters from the other movies.
Rogue One, there was a lot of planet hopping.
This is true.
I felt like we got a lot more scenery. We got a lot more like, who's this? What's this like? Oh my gosh, these people. Whereas in this one,
a lot of the movie took place on the island with Luke Skywalker and
3 planets. 3 planets. Okay? You had Luke Skywalker's planet. You had technically the Rebels spaceship as a planet. No, I'm sorry, not the Rebel spaceship. I'm still right. There's 3 real planets. Luke Skywalker's planet, the planet where they go to get the code breaker.
Okay.
We'll talk about the code breaker here in a minute. And then of course the Rebel base.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 planets we get to really see. Go see Star Wars.
Especially if you like Star Wars. Well, obviously, if you like Star Wars, you're going to see it.
And even if you don't like Star Wars, go for the story because it's there. This new director, did a very good job at pacing. I personally think so. I think he kept it moving. He didn't really come off task too much. You knew whole movie where people were doing and where they were. There was a lot. There were so many fade-ins and fade-outs.
Going from story to story to story.
Man.
Yeah.
But it was like one person's like part led into the next person's part on a totally different place. They kept it pushing. It led you into the next. They really kept moving you right along, and I liked that.
Yeah. One thing I noticed that was starting to get a little bit overkill was how much they said the word hope. Did you notice that? They said hope at least 20 times.
Hope.
Yeah, I'm like, is this a new hope?
Right?
Seriously.
It was. Hope was used a lot.
So much.
We must give them hope. We are the hope. We're the hope. They're the hope.
Yeah, it was too much, guys.
So overall, what did we think of the movie? I'd give it a 9.5.
Wow.
I really enjoyed this movie. It really brought back a lot of memories. It brought back a lot of nostalgia feeling. You'll know why once we get to the spoiler section. So how did you feel? What's your score on this one?
Yeah, I would also give it like a 9. I don't really have any concrete negative things to say about it. So yeah, overall, it was really good.
Yeah, it was. It really, really was. So if you've made it to this part of the video, know that spoilers are ahead, my friends. We're about to really dig into some Star Wars, kind of really go into like our gripes, our likes, all the things that gave me chills, the things that gave thrills, just all of it. We're about to dive in. So, all right, Ariel. First spoiler, what you got? What you got? How'd you feel? How did you feel? Because I think it was maybe 20, 30 minutes into the movie where the main ship, the main battleship for the rebels, like all the rebels' eggs are literally in one freaking basket of a ship. and Leia gets blown out of the bridge.
Oh man, I was like, this is where it's over for Leia. I was like, wow, she had a good run.
I was sitting here like, man, okay, so this is how they're gonna kill her off.
But
That's unfortunate.
Spoiler, Leia is still alive, even at the end of the movie.
Leia got the Force.
Yeah.
Raw Force.
So, but she died in real life.
She's gone.
So
the actress has passed.
I'm interested to see how they address that in the next movie.
And I'm scared.
I am too.
Like, we get to the end of the movie and she's still alive. I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, man. I don't know if CGI is gonna advance quickly and, you know, nicely enough to where we won't really notice that that's not Carrie Fisher talking. Because they already tried it with another character that they brought from in Rogue One. Mm-hmm. They tried to see how they would, you know, how they would do that one general guy. And he had, like, that, they had to, you know, CGI his face onto somebody. And that kind of weirded people out a little bit. I know I was weirded out, so I really don't want to see Carrie Fisher like that.
No, she's such an important character that you can't do that.
Because she used the Force.
Yeah, she used the Force to survive.
She was like, she was out there floating, and Bill was like, nah, bump that noise. I ain't dying today.
Yeah.
Not today. Devil is a lie. So she reached out and went right back into the airlock. Man, that junk was balling.
It was.
She looked like a Jedi Master.
She
all
did.
on her own. I was like, girl, you could go defeat Kylo. What are we doing here? Leia's a beast. That was my new favorite character, really. Leia, like, really showing out her chops. I'm really sad Carrie Fisher passed away. After seeing the things that I was like, man, they were planning stuff for Carrie Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to have her spinning around like Count Dooku and Yoda. Flipping.
Speaking of Yoda.
Speaking of Yoda.
He made an appearance, guys, because he was not in the first two movies. I say first two movies, but the last two movies, he was not in it.
Rogue One and Force Awakens. Let's just keep it. Let's just make sure.
He was in it.
He was in it. I was flipping lids.
Back to the story. Luke Skywalker doesn't want to really have anything to do with the Jedi. He thinks that it's over. Let bygones be bygones.
Let it die. Because the Jedi also have failed. Not only have I failed, but the Jedi ideology is a failure of an ideology. It was like when they were the most powerful and they had Jedi everywhere, they allowed a Sith to infiltrate the Senate, take over everything, and wipe them out. All due to their hubris. They are a failure. They need to die. I'm done with it. I'm going to my room, Mom. Like, that's Luke Skywalker all this movie. And all of a sudden, Luke was like, all right, ho.
I'll train you.
I'll give you a taste. You got 3 lessons. Luke trains her, sort of.
Barely.
Barely, man. We're not
just
even...
like the simplest of trainings.
Some funny moments, though.
There were some
Man, there were some good funny moments. The funny moments were very Disney, though. Very near the end, General Hux is trying to give orders, and like Kylo throws him up against the wall because he wasn't following Kylo's orders, and the guy controlling the thing was like, yep, taking us down, sir.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get thrown against the wall. Not me, not today. So it was very, very, very funny. They had some very good, like, funny moments. We got to see Poe Dameron, the skilled rebel pilot, doing some work.
Yeah, we saw him, we met him in The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
So he was very prominent in this film. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Also, of course, we saw a lot more of Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren and Rey had a very big part with each other.
They did. They are connected, and it's still not quite certain why.
Yeah.
There's still a very uncertain reason as to how and why they are so connected, because they are like, man. Let's talk about Rose real quick.
Rose. Oh, Rose.
So Rose is a new character, you guys.
She is.
I really like Rose.
I like her too.
She's very
relatable. She's like really down to earth.
She has that down to earth feeling so hard,
Yeah.
man. Like, she's so aware of her emotions and her feelings and of the world around her that I'm almost like, is she force sensitive? Like, how many people are we about to find out are force sensitive? I think it's really finding out, like, yes, Luke was a legend but it doesn't have to end with Luke.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not the Last Jedi.
No, not even close. We're about to spark some stuff. Like, they said hope a lot. They said spark the flames to burn down the Empire a lot. They talked about all this stuff a lot, and it's like, yeah, you can really see it in this movie. Things are about to happen. Finn thinks he needs to go and try and find Rey. He's really attached to Rey. I can't tell if they're gonna end up as lovers or just...
But they're not. They're just like best friends, man. They're not lovers because Finn has a kiss with Rose at the end. Spoiler.
They to me would be the better item than him and Rey. I just don't want Rey to not have love. But also, I don't want Rey to like have this weird love relationship with Kylo.
That's what it kind of seems like it's headed, because they are actually equal. No one else is on equal playing field as Rey is. But like, I don't want to see them
not really
like, have a love-hate relationship.
Not really, man. Let's talk about Luke and his ordeal real quick. Because Luke, of course, like we already said, he doesn't want anything to do with any of this. Near the middle of the movie, Luke is like, bump it. I'm gonna just burn this mother down because I'm over all of it. And this is when Yoda pops up. Just as cute as a button. I just want to pick him up and run away. Just, Yoda, you can get on my back, man. You can just stay there. I will carry you everywhere. Okay. So he pops up and he's just sniggling at Luke Skywalker.
So tickled.
So Luke gets up there with his little torch and stuff, and he's about to burn this great tree down. And for some reason, I think like the fire goes out in his little torch.
But inside the tree, it has all of the Jedi books and stuff.
So very ancient texts, very like the last of the Jedi religion, and and you know how you're supposed to do things the Jedi way. Yoda, like, it hits his cane on the ground and like lightning comes from the sky and strikes the tree and burns it. And Luke is like, wait, what? Like, it's almost like you were about to do that. And then he's like, no, those were the ancient texts. And Yoda's like, no, you fool, let it die like you said. Let's hurry this up, buddy. It was just so cute watching Yoda like make fun of him in a way.
But did you notice that at the end, when they were on the ship,
keep going,
that they opened a drawer and books were in there? Did you see that?
I did not see that.
So I think that some of the books were saved.
Oh, Yoda pops up. That's so cool. That's so cool. So cool. Just a little nod. I was hoping Obi-Wan would pop up too. Like, that would have been fun for me, like, just to see Obi-Wan, like, maybe even, like, the actor that played Obi-Wan in the prequels to pop up and kind of, like, talk to Luke and stuff and be like, you know, you should just let it die, honestly, Padawan. Like, I just kind of wanted that. I don't know. Big time. Rey and Kylo, okay, are there looking at Snoke. Snoke is chilling in his chair, literally, like, I'm talking... If you guys play World of Warcraft or any kind of RPG out there, we're talking about a level 80 character, max level character, versus some little level 40. Like, they think they're good. They've been through some dungeons. But they coming up against you. He is messing with this girl all over the place. She goes to, like, grab her lightsaber, and he, like, makes it, like, swing around and hit her in the back of the head and then puts it back, like without touching anything. He's just sitting there looking at her, and it just floats down. Like, this guy has such a scary control over the Force that he was able to, like, mess with not only his own apprentice, but Rey as well, across, like, galaxies, just to influence her to come to this meeting.
So Kylo and Rey were able to, like, see each other through, like, some type of weird dimension thing.
Yeah.
And, like, they were able, like, to talk and, you know, kind of have this back and forth, which is what led Rey to Kylo Ren and to Snoke.
So here she is visiting Snoke, and he's like, all right, enough games. So he takes the little bitty up into the air, right? Starts, like, force pulling the mess out of her, right? And she's, like, yelling, trying to, like, fight it, but she ain't strong enough. Like I said, max level character right now versus the level 40 who thinks they got something. You ain't got nothing. And so he's messing with her. He then, like, puts her on her knees, flips her around, ready for Kylo to stab this. Like, yes, give it to him. So, Kylo's supposed to do that, okay? But Kylo is slowly turning Rey's own lightsaber. Like, he's doing both of these things at the same time. It's so clever when you look back on it. It's so clever that he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn this lightsaber and turn this lightsaber at the same time, so my mind is literally doing the same thing in two places. And
tricking Snoke, because Snoke is like, I have you in my hand, I know exactly what you're going to do.
Because Snoke is like so in like the Force. That's what I'm saying. This dude is max level. He's in there. But you know how when you get so max level that you just cocky and nothing can touch you? And still, Kylo cut him in half.
Cut him in half. He turned the lightsaber to him and then slice right through him. Snoke is a goner. So now that leaves Kylo and Rey. Obviously, they fight all the other people.
But wait, we didn't even talk about the badass guards.
Oh my God.
There's like eight guards like chilling. And they've all got like lightsaber-like weapons.
Yeah, they were so cool.
So cool.
Has that been in other movies? That was new.
Okay, so these guys are like the Red Guard. That's the best way I can explain it, because I don't know a whole bunch about the lore of Star Wars. Yeah. But they have been present in other movies. They've made action figures of these red-cloaked guys before, and they always have like a cool staff that has some kind of lightsaber-like thing on it. They're not quite Force sensitive, but they're able to at least combat people who are Force sensitive. Oh, they were so cool.
That was really cool.
They had like the rope weapons that you see Jet Li using. They had like a split knife thing that one person was using. They had, God, I want them to be my guards. I don't care if they fail. It was really neat watching the two of them fight together. A Sith and a Jedi fought together. And that was so cool. So cool.
Is that one of the things that gave you chills?
That gave me the maddest chills. I was chilly. Okay? Put me on a hot dog. I was chilly. Let's move on. Where are we going to next? We already talked about Rey and Kylo fighting together. They had their falling out immediately after the fight was over with everything else. Kylo was like, hey, listen, boo, I love the way you do your thing, join me. She was like, wait, hold on now, this isn't what I signed up for. I thought we had an understanding. You were supposed to join me. We were supposed to go and, you know, be good for the galaxy, not roll over people and become tyrants. Like, let's go be good for the galaxy now that the you know, supreme leader is dead. And he's like, Supreme Leader's not dead. I'm the Supreme Leader. How do we feel about Captain Phasma?
Phasma?
Chrome Dome. A lot of people like Captain Phasma. Now, Captain Phasma is the Chrome Stormtrooper, leader of the Stormtroopers. In The Force Awakens, Finn holds her up and makes her deactivate the whatever force field is for that big, huge planet buster gun. And then, of course, she comes up in this one. She has the stat, like, she was gonna kill them. She was gonna have them, like, execute them really slowly. And then some things happened, and her and Finn end up, like, going at it. But she definitely won. Like, let's not beat around the bush. She pretty much busted up Finn, okay? But Finn lucked out, got onto a conveyor, like an elevator that brought him back up, and he, like, busted her face in. It's not over between them by a long shot.
Okay.
That's something you gotta remember in all movies. Unless they find a body and they tell you definitively, yeah, this person's dead, they're coming back.
Speaking of people being dead, Luke Skywalker, I think he's dead.
So I'll let you talk about that because I've already been pretty long-winded.
Yeah, so, okay. At the end of the movie, this is like the final battle scene, in addition to what he was just talking about. At the end of the movie, everyone's like backed into a corner, like the Jedi or the Rebel, the Resistance is backed into a corner pretty much.
They are backed into a super corner. Not only have they lost their main battleship, but they down to the supply ships.
Yeah, there's only like 30 people left, dude. So the First Order has found them. They've been chasing them the whole time, trying to take out the rebels, just trying to eliminate them completely. This is all that's pretty much left of the rebels. And so they get to this last planet that's supposed to be like the last maybe like defense where they can wait for other people to come and save them. and Luke Skywalker shows up.
In Lord of the Rings, this would be their Helm's Deep. Okay, go ahead.
Luke Skywalker shows up and is kind of like there to help them. And this is where Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren have their stand down that he was talking about earlier.
And Luke Skywalker comes at the last minute. So here he comes walking in, looking like a beast. Okay? So he walks out there and Kylo's like, unload on him right now! Right now! So they start shooting the mess out of Luke Skywalker. And Luke's like...
All you see is smoke.
And then it stops. And Luke walks out of it, does this. It was so beast.
Kylo's so mad.
He's like, take me down. And then that's, of course, the other scene I told you guys about. Kylo ready to have this big battle, man. He does his signature, like right foot, right stomp. And turns on his lightsaber, okay? I was so excited after watching Kylo and Rey fight that I was like, oh my god, Luke and Kylo are about to fight. This is what I want to see. Oh my gosh. And they cut it short. They don't even touch lightsabers.
Well, no, because they couldn't. Because Luke Skywalker is just a, what's it called?
He's projecting his form to that planet.
Yeah.
This is some stuff I've never even heard of in the being possible.
Oh, really?
With the Force. I've never heard about somebody being able to like channel their self and be somewhere else. In Return of the Jedi, at the end of the movie, you've got all the Force ghosts. You know, you've got Luke's father, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda all standing there. And that's the only time I've ever heard of anybody being able to project themselves and show up somewhere. This was a huge twist because Kylo was ready to kill him right then and there. I thought it was going to be another moment like with the movie A New Hope, where Obi-Wan was cut down by Darth Vader and he just disappears and his clothes fall. I thought it was going to be something like that, but it wasn't. He was stayed there and he like said, you know, I'm going to be with you forever if you strike me down in anger. Like, it was just a very emotional scene that I was really hoping to get one heck of a like lightsaber battle, because he did some things. It was all a ploy. It was all just buying time, man.
A distraction for the last 30 rebel people to get out. So then he like kind of disappears and then is back on his island sitting on a rock doing his thing, and then he also disappears and dissipates.
So he's dead. That's it. That's dead.
Because Leia and Rey were both like, I felt his spirit leave. So yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. So now Luke is dead. God, you don't know how sad that makes me to say.
Aww.
You don't know how sad I am to say that, because we spent all first freaking movie trying to get to Luke.
Yeah.
And now we finally get to Luke. And second movie, he dies?
Yeah.
Without so much as like a cool, like crazy lightsaber battle send-off?
Yeah.
We're talking about Luke, the Jedi Master Skywalker. The end of the Skywalker dynasty. Now we are left with Rey.
With Rey.
Rey.
So is Rey the Last Jedi?
She is.
Is she
is.
though?
Spoilers, Rey is the Last Jedi.
Spoilers, Rey is... Okay, sure, she's the Last Jedi, but she's not the last person who can use the Force.
Ho, 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 ho. Which brings us to our next point, people, and we really want to know what you think about this. Who all is about to be in the new Jedi Academy? Because you know Rey is about to set up a school. We about to have Hogwarts all over again, people. Please, I need Rey to be a Dumbledore.
Yes.
I need her to be out there trying to train people, because at the end of the movie, you see this kid, and you see this kid in around the middle of the movie when they're trying to find the code breaker. Code breaker was really cool, by the way. Mm-hmm. Really cool. Another kind of Han Solo-ish rogue character. I think we're gonna have some serious Jedi, other Jedi being trained. I think we're about to see that come to fruition.
I'm excited for that. Like, if that's the next movie where you see like the new era of Jedi,
where they're building everybody up, and Rey now becomes a legend because she, of course, trained with the legendary Luke Skywalker.
Word.
This is gonna be something crazy. I don't need any more nostalgia. Let's just get all the new. Let's see what Kylo's got. Let's see what this real lightsaber battle is gonna be like once she's trained in the Force and is really like understanding her path. Also, raised parents don't matter.
Yeah, we don't find out who they are.
No, we do. They were nobody.
Oh, okay.
Literally nobody. Literally not Obi-Wan Kenobi. Literally not Darth Vader. Literally no one. You know how much that hurts? I really wanted her to be Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
I know.
That was what I was banking it all on. She's Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
Nope.
But nope, she nobody. Just some kid who got left by her parents who were both crackheads and just were like, hey, we need some more crack. Do you need a little girl? Because we need crack. Alright guys, if you like today's review, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that way you can get notified of when we post a video. I'm Tushard.
And I'm Ariel.
This is our green branch. Come be a brancher. Come be a leaf on our branch so we can help this thing keep growing. We're going places, people, and you need to be along for the journey.
Yeah.
So
thanks for watching, guys. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you. See you in the next vid, guys.